And three, two, one, boom! And we are back with another episode of Socratic Gamers. This episode sponsored by Zenreal Clothing Co. Pick up your tees at zenrealclothingco.com. Don't forget to use the promo code SG Podcast for 20% off select items. All right, so this was originally going to be a movie review. We were going to talk about Six Underground, and when we tried to watch it yesterday, or 2 days ago, I guess, I couldn't do it. Yeah, I was like 10 minutes in and it just seemed very I don't know, like all like spectacle and no story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I felt like it was even though it was just the first 16 minutes, it's like I felt like this is like Michael Bay
Showing off his talents.
unedited. Like I don't know what do we call that, like like just
Unplugged.
Yeah.
Just like do whatever you
No,
want, bro.
like no holds bar.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Because it just felt like that, just over the top.
It was super over the top, but it was almost like too over the top where I was kind of like, okay, this is just ridiculous now. Like, it felt like there was no story that was like compelling enough, and like, but it's weird though because my sister really liked it, so it's like I guess it depends on what level of viewership you're on, or you know what I mean?
No, I mean it's not. I don't think it's just there's people like different things, right?
Yeah, true. This was a very like unplug your brain and just enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that though. But even the unplugging, it was so ridiculous. Like the explosions were so over the top. The driving scenes were so ridiculous. I was just like, oh man, I can't get with this right now. You know. But anyways, so it's not a movie review on that. Vish, you actually checked out. What was it called?
Oh, last
Game
week.
Awards.
The Game Awards. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about console wars basically. So like, what's coming in 2020, 2021, next generations, etc., etc. So, what was your initial impression of Vish?
The overall thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where do you think we're going with gaming? What do you like? What do you dislike? Go for it.
I mean, there's a lot of with those sort of things. There's a lot of cringe factor.
Oh really?
Yeah, that happens, of course. So like when it's like, why are there actors here, really?
Okay, so basically, if you don't know what it is, like Game Awards, is like I think like Oscars for video games.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, go ahead.
So people get awards and things. So overall, I mean, for me, it's more to look at like what brings the crowd in is generally like what new games are going to come. So they're waiting for trailers for those kinds of things.
Right.
Like awards, who's going to get the award? I don't think there's. I don't know if people really care about that as much because you could just like games are like
it's so arbitrary.
Yeah.
And like yeah, totally. So what game won though?
So it's a game I don't even know.
Oh, what? It wasn't like a popular one, like Death Stranding or something?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, it might have been popular, but it was released way back in March of this year. So,
what was the game?
I don't even know the name. The name was difficult to say. Some Japanese game.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's think of like the economics of it. Like, would it be good to win a bunch of these like video game awards? I guess like if you won, it's
maybe
like
in the
could
industry,
poach.
yes.
Yeah, like they can poach your team.
Yeah.
You know, at that point you're like, oh, it's great for my resume now.
Yeah.
Like I guess that's why you'd want to win the awards, but like I feel like all awards are so arbitrary because art is hard to place. Like one person might like, just like the Michael Bay movie, right? Like I hated it, sister loved it. So it's like,
No, like that game. I was like, okay, I'll check out the trailer because I've never heard of this one.
Okay.
And I was like, it's not for me.
Oh really? Eh?
Yeah.
Well, what is it, like a puzzle game or something?
No, it's not a puzzle. It's like something.
Story mode.
Yeah, it's. I think it was a bit more RPG. I just didn't like it. I think. Well, that's what it looked like.
Oh man, was it like the classic graphics where it's like 2D?
No.
Oh, okay.
No 2D. Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to?
So basically, what I was surprised by, like right in the beginning, the announcement for the next generation Xbox.
Okay, yeah.
So that was very interesting. Like that's what they kind of start off with.
Did they ever show what the PlayStation looked like?
No.
Oh, okay. So the whole big reveal of this thing was the Xbox.
I think you can see that all the news is about that. Yeah.
Okay. Was there, did it end with like something more spectacular than the Xbox? Like should they have saved that to the very end, or do they
Uh,
kind of like release it too quickly?
no, no, no. I think the thing is like most people wouldn't would be like watching at least in the beginning, not
Oh, okay. So
later.
like their ad spot was like, why would we leave it to the end? Because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we want maximum viewership for what's about to be released. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, but how did it end? Like, what was the finale? Like
Um. No, just like
the showstopper? Like, well,
yeah.
what did they release?
Oh, release? No,
Like,
there's
no,
just
like what like they opened with the Xbox, so it was like,
yeah.
okay, that's great, but like, was it just like a dead end? Like the entire show was like crap after that, or did they like end off with a bang?
No, the normally it's like the who are like the best game, right?
Oh,
That's the
okay.
thing that they try
But
to
they
end
didn't
off with.
reveal anything cool at the very end.
No, not at the end, but throughout the thing, I guess there was like the game that was like the thing that related to PlayStation 5 was that some game that's coming out, and then it
Okay.
said
Oh, so
uh
they talked about PS5 like a little
like in
bit.
the sense that yeah, so like there was mention of both consoles in a way,
Okay.
but Xbox showed off the console. On this one, it was more like the game and saying that it's coming for PlayStation 5. So
Oh, nice. Did they show the logo for
in a
PS5?
way that kind of like we were all wondering like what kind of I guess we know what the next PlayStation name would have been,
Okay.
PlayStation 5, right? So it's just
Right,
like
right.
this is just confirming it, and then we got the name for the Xbox, the next one. So
Oh, what was the Xbox name?
Xbox Series X.
Yeah, they're a little weird with their naming, eh?
I
It's not
get,
like a logical flow.
yeah, I get it. I know what they're trying to do.
Wait, what? Why Series X?
Well, because it will be a different. I think they will have different versions,
Oh,
different series of this, like a less
so you think there's gonna be
less
different?
expensive one, like different kind of things, like different level of like
So like the
concept.
Tesla cars.
Yeah, yeah. So just I think they're preparing this name for like that kind of thing.
So it's like you get to choose what customization level of Xbox you want. So basically, like a computer.
Yeah. So like
kinda
currently,
weird.
currently they had like Xbox One.
Okay.
Then it came Xbox One S. The name's already getting long. Then Xbox One X, which is the one like with the higher graphics right now. So this one is Xbox Series X. So then they'll go like Series S or Series whatever, right?
Oh, that's kind of annoying. So it's like if you want the better graphics, pay more for this version, kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's you're still getting the same games.
No,
Like in
totally. But
yeah.
it's like it's not like you know how back in the day like consoles would be like, okay, this is your console, but now it's like the consoles are like different levels of console.
Yeah, it's
You
more
know, it's
like
kinda
it's
like
it's getting
that's
more
weird.
like a PC though, right?
Okay, but is PlayStation like? Do they seem like they're going to be going down that route too, or?
Well, I don't.
I know they had like PlayStation Pro or something
Yeah,
that came out with the series.
yeah,
Like,
but
what
like
was
that
though?
that happens like after a few years down, right? A couple years down or 3 years down, like that's when they released PlayStation Pro
Okay,
or PS4 Pro actually,
okay,
and then it's more like keeping updated with the latest stuff. So it's like 4K things, like that kind of thing.
uh huh.
So you're still gonna get the same games. If you don't have like these 4K TVs, you're not really gonna be able to
Notice it
see
and stuff.
the yeah exactly yeah. So it's not a big deal.
So
I don't think.
I know like we're majority PlayStation, but like, was there anything that looked tempting to get a an Xbox?
Well, they showed off one game, which
Okay, to look
I
at.
think you saw a bit of the graphics, right? There,
What was
um,
the robot animals thing?
no, no, no. Like it was like
Resident Evil?
no, what was it called? Like there was she was like singing something. Remember, like before he stepped out.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was pretty good graphics. Like they were just saying, like this looks. So basically, it looked like, when we watch a cutscene,
Yeah.
that's the graphics.
So that's gonna be in game. So when you play it,
Yes.
it's like so you know that thing where it's like we're gonna hit a state of technology where reality will be indistinguishable
Yeah.
from the from like computer generated.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see that happening? Like you think that's where we're gonna go?
Yeah, of course.
Like but I'm wondering if it's like do you think there's gonna be a point where people like don't like it? Do you think they like? Do you think
No, I don't think so.
Ready Player One is where we're gonna end up, or is it like because you see a lot of people with the old school graphics and stuff, the diehards, like
Yeah.
those like 2D gaming, you know? Like I wonder if we're actually gonna like hit that point and if we're gonna stay at that point and people are gonna love that point. Or are we gonna revert back to like Fortnite, like Fortnite got so popular and it looks so trash.
No, I think it'll be a mix of both.
Like different markets for different
Yeah, I
people.
mean it's already like that now. You're gonna get better graphic games, but then you're also gonna get these more fun games too, right?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's like one over the other. It's I think it'll be like the growth of both.
All right. I can see
So
that.
like because the reason also Fortnite was there was it's free, right? That makes it be competitive in this world, right?
But like, okay, totally. I see what you're saying. But like, even if you look at the game we're playing right now, like it doesn't look like it's still cartoony.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if we're gonna go to like hyper realism where it's just like you're just seeing people.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I think people like the fantasy aspect of video games, where it's like the touch of the unreal, something you can't get in daily life. So I think if we get too realistic,
What do
like,
you mean
people
by
are gonna-
too realistic then?
like just like normal looking people, like
Oh yeah, I think so. I think that'll be there, but if you mean like you'll die in one thing, like
no, no, I don't mean like that. I don't mean like
okay.
like not gameplay wise. I mean like visually wise. Like
Yes,
I
think
wonder
so.
if people are like, oh, this is too real. This
No,
is kinda
I don't
weird.
think so. I think they want that. You can see that always changing. It just seems that that's where it's gonna go, anyways, right? Like where we started off with, like 10 years ago, where we see now, right?
I guess, yeah.
Like there's gonna be always someone gonna be pushing for that, right? Like it may not be like every single game because it is a lot of money to make that kind of stuff.
Right.
So it'll eventually get there. How long it takes, God knows, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm putting my money down on like people not like they're it's gonna be like a cool gimmick, but then everyone's gonna start like developing for like unrealistic stuff again. Because I feel like the appeal of video games is that it's an escape from reality, because if it becomes too real, then we're gonna be like, oh well, it's kind of mundane, you know. I think what people like is
No, I don't
like
think so. I don't,
unrealistic stuff,
Mhm.
you know.
I don't see it that way.
Hmm.
I don't know why. Like it's like and we can see it in movies. It's just like making it like a movie. I think that's just would prefer that. I don't see anything. I mean, you can see some of the things that's already being done. Like people like do.
No, here's a good
intense,
example. Here's a great example.
Yeah.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
When I played number 4, I was like, "Ooh, he looks like too old. Like he looks like a normal old man now." It's kind of weird, but like if you go back to like Uncharted 1, 2, 3, it's like he was kind of cartoony. So I was like, you're playing this obviously unrealistic character, so like your mind can fill in the gap of like who you wanted him to be.
Yeah.
Like if there's a space between realism, like reality, and like fantasy, you can play in that realm. But if it's too real, it's like, why am I playing as an old man? I felt that with Uncharted.
Okay. I felt like I prefer this. I can't play the old ones.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I prefer
okay.
the new graphics.
I feel like out of all of them, like 4 is hard for me to wrap my head around because it's like you're too human to me now. That it's like I'm just playing as an old man. It's weird.
I prefer. Yeah, but that's just because he was got older as a character. But like you can still make younger characters look like. You know what I mean?
Real?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious to see what the word will sway. Because I find that, but obviously you don't find that, so it's like it's interesting, different.
No, I think I still think it'll be a mix of both. I don't see why not.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I see what you're saying, but I just wonder if like we'll crave it, like if that'll become the new standard, like everybody has to have like a realism, because like let's say realism is perfection, right? Like that's the apex of like video game development. So it's like, would we be satisfied with that, or would we like? That's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like we wouldn't be satisfied with that. We'd be like, it's like too real. It's like I need something to aspire to. I don't know how else to put it. You know, because every year you're trying to make graphics better and better, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, when is it enough? You know, if you make it to the point where it's real, then it's like, okay, well, we're done. What else are we gonna do?
Yeah.
You know,
I just don't know when we're
gameplay,
gonna reach that, right? Because there's so many.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like people don't really want that, even though they say they do. You know.
I think they do. I think people want that. Yeah, that's my thought on that. Because I want that. So there will be other people like me too, right? So
Yeah, true. I guess
you'd have to actually like poll the people to really see what they
no,
say.
but see, polling. There's that book like Everybody Lies, so it's like polling is not accurate. It's more about like actions. So it's like,
No,
we'll see what the sales say. You know.
Yeah, right. But it's like you have to. It has to fit like so many different things, right? Like you can say it. We don't really know if we'll like it unless we actually see it. That's another thing, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because we can have our own ideas of it, but may not reach that kind of.
I feel like it would be creepy to me. Like if it's too real, it's like, oh, this is like, I'm playing as a person now. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not even playing video games anymore.
No, but that's what I like, anyways.
Yeah, like even like even though like I saw the Resident Evil one, and it's like, oh, the graphics look insanely good, but it's still, you can tell it's fake.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like there's still that like gap there. But if it looked like a photo of a person, they're like, this is the new game, I'd be like, all right, that's freaky, let's stop doing this. Like, this is too far, guys. You know, because like it would be indiscernible, and it would be like,
I prefer that, actually.
Eerie.
I don't think it's eerie though.
So you'd like to be playing as like human character? Like, it would be like making a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so freaky to me.
Yeah, I mean, I already like these kinds of graphics, right? So it's like.
No, but we haven't attained those graphics, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's where the cutscenes come in, right? The way the cutscenes look.
Even the cutscenes, like, you could still tell it's not humans.
No. I understand that, but like cutscenes is kind of where it tells you where things are going.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, if we actually achieve a state where it's indistinguishable from reality, I think it would be too freaky for people. Like, at least it'd be freaky to me. It's like I'm actually moving a character, and then you get into things like that video game where it's like, who's moving? Remember that puzzle game? And then it's like, who's moving me? And then you realize that he's talking to you, who's actually the player.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, when do we get into states of like life?
Yeah.
You know, like, is this character actually living? You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I prefer it.
There's this great question. So like, I heard this on a For Us Hobby podcast, but if you made a robot and it looked exactly like you, right, and it had like all the hard wirings, like, imagine like it was indiscernible from you as a person, but we knew it was a robot. It was like, it's a robot, but it's like indistinguishable from you,
right?
And then we killed that robot. Would it be vandalism or would it be manslaughter?
Wait, say it again. Like, we created the robot?
Yeah, we created the robot, and it looks exactly like, it's identical. Like, everything it says, like, you would say, if we pinch it, it's like, ow.
Yeah, that is where these questions come in, I believe. I've heard this kind of thing
know what I mean?
before,
So it's like, is it manslaughter or is it vandalism? You know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, when we play the video game, it's like, this would be a little too weird for me. Like, like, I'm actually like moving a human now. It's kind of weird. You know, there's still like a gap when we play these games where it's like, oh, it's not real. But like, that's why I'm wondering, like, if it's
I still
real,
think it'll still be feeling fake though.
No, but
like, we watch movies, right? We watch movies in the way
if it feels fake, then it hasn't attained perfection. But
yeah,
what I'm saying
like,
is,
no, like, look at movies, right? We watch movies and the grotesque killings and things.
But we're not choosing those things. We're just watching, right?
Yeah.
And people don't like Saw, you know. But like, I'm saying, if you have the choice, you know, to like think of Grand Theft Auto 5, and it looked super real, right? And then you're like,
yeah, they do that already. They try to do that with like, if you see those videos. But it's only for cars and stuff. I haven't done the person yet, I don't think. Yeah. Oh, it looks amazing.
No. All right, no, hold on. But what I'm saying is, Grand Theft Auto 5, it looks super real, and then you go to the torture scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you're kind of like, okay, I'm like actually torturing a human.
Yeah. I don't see the difference in doing it with level of graphics, like lesser graphics or not. It's just doing the same thing. That's just how I view it.
I guess. I don't know. I think there'd be like a weird question of morality when it becomes too hyper real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I think, because it's like
Yeah.
it goes to that
Yeah, it
question
might be,
of like
yeah.
manslaughter or like vandalism. Because it's like when we're playing Grand Theft Auto 5, it's like, okay, well, they're obviously polygons, right? But like if it looks super real and it's like you're pulling out the person's tooth, you know, you're like, ooh, and you could see like the winces of pain, like it looks super real. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you add VR to the mix. Oh my god.
Yeah, but VR, yeah. That's
Could you
also gonna
imagine that?
take
Like
some
it's
time.
hyper real, it's VR. It's like you take off the VR goggles and like you see this world, and then you put on the VR goggles and you see like the same world, like the equal amount of detail. You don't know which world's real anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like we shouldn't hit that point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think we should.
We'll see. Well, I don't even know if the tech is like
No,
possible.
I don't know when it'll reach
Because
that.
at that point, you're like you're
Yeah,
creating
I don't
a
know
whole
when it'll
universe.
reach that, but yeah,
That's weird.
whenever that does happen.
That's when people say like, "Oh, we're living in a video game," you know? Like I say like my life is a video game, but like I'm looking at it like I'm applying the rules of video game life to my life.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like other people think we're actually in like a virtual reality video game. And it's like maybe
Yeah,
that would be nuts.
yeah. It'll be interesting to see, but I think there'll be a market for both. Like some people might feel what you feel, and then, but there will be. I don't know, like what would be the numbers, right?
Yeah, true. I just feel like that's like where we're bordering on like playing God.
Yeah,
You know, you create
God
a
of
whole
War.
No, they create this game called Life. Like it's like Sims.
Mm-hmm.
And then all you do in the video games you just live. So it's like, so why don't you live in real life? But it's like, but one is like you're like, oh, it's a game.
Yeah, it's about the reward system, right? A lot of these
Yeah,
things
totally.
are
That's
about
yeah,
reward
yeah.
systems because you can see those rewards in the games right away. So that's why people prefer to play them, right?
But I wonder if like people, if they made the graphics so good that people started like not wanting to play video games, they just started like focusing on their own lives. Like imagine you have like a haptic suit, and then
I
they're
think it
like,
depends.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
here is a video game that's indistinguishable from life. You have a haptic suit, you can feel everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like basically Ready Player
Isn't that
One.
what? Yeah, isn't that
No,
what it
yeah,
is?
totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ready Player One, and it's like I wonder if people would just be like, "Why am I doing this game? Why don't I just like live my life?" Like that's what turned me around. I was like, I don't know why I'm focusing on playing like Sims and upgrading characters. Why don't I upgrade my like life character?
Yeah. Well, the level upgrade is too slow,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
but that's why it's just like it's just like dopamine or whatever it is like that affects your brain, right? Like because you're seeing these results right away in a video game, you just find more
Right, because
satisfaction.
yeah, right, because it's like you just purchase it. You
Yeah,
just want like instant gratification. So you just purchase like an unlockable, and then you can all of a sudden like
yeah.
do a
What
different
was that
move.
thing, Elon Musk, right? That like life is a video game thing,
Mhm.
but it was then people started adding in like, oh, the to paywall is too much or whatever,
Right.
like these sort of things that uh, people complain about in video games, right?
Right.
So
But maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's like we in the future create this game that again is indistinguishable from life. Like it's like it
yeah,
takes such a long time to cultivate a skill in the game.
mm-hmm.
I think then people would just stop playing because they'd just be like, well, why don't I just live my life? Or that game would just get no sales.
But I'm saying if it's too much
Basically.
like life, then yes, like in that aspect, there's no reward system like in the quick way. Then yeah, of course.
Okay, so you're saying that the difference between like realism for a game and realism for life, it's not about the graphics, it's about the instant gratification.
Mm-hmm. I think so. If you made it too much like real, some people might like it, but I think that'll be very, very rare. But yeah, it will cause people to not really play the game, I think.
Yeah, true. I wonder if we'll ever hit that state where it's like people just start living their lives like we are in a video game, and they start doing things that they really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that'll be interesting for me to see
Yeah.
when you realize that like
Mm-hmm.
games are no different than reality.
But we're always going to
if
make games that are like that.
that supersede, but that's why I'm saying it's
Yeah.
like you can never achieve the perfection because we don't want perfection. We want like things we can't get in real life. That's the grand appeal of video games. And I think if we hit realistic graphics, it's like, but that's not what we wanted. We wanted fantasy.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's my logic
you can hit,
behind why I don't.
Yeah,
think
I get it. I get that.
graphics
Yeah, but I think that depends on how like how real is it? Like I don't think the graphics will. If the gameplay is changing, then yes.
But what I'm saying is like if we do like achieve perfection where it's like indistinguishable, I don't think we'd want that.
Right.
Yeah. It's tough. And did they announce Halo at all?
They didn't talk about Halo in that at all, but of course it'll be coming.
I love Halo.
I think it'll be coming. Like we know it's coming for that next Xbox or whatever. Yeah.
All right, for favorite first-person shooter, go.
First-person shooter?
Yeah.
I think I've always liked Halo.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, I'm glad that you said that. Halo 2 for me. Yeah, because like people are on this like Call of Duty thing right now, and like before like Apex Legends, Fortnite, but like I think the perfect game ever was Halo.
Right. I think there was
so
something to it that
good.
made it huge. So.
Yeah, it's the physics, the storyline of you being a soldier, them wearing masks so you don't know who they are.
I mean, at the time,
healing
yeah,
life thing.
Yeah.
The like auto heal, like that's great. Like that game.
Oh, that
so
sound
good.
of that healing was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that. Was like the best first person shooter. I never liked Counter-Strike. Like all the realistic ones, I hate them.
Oh right.
Because they're so like it's like I'm not. Again, I guess maybe I'm just the one who's like I don't like perfection because it's like those realistic ones like Call of Duty, Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
They had like if you got shot, it's like you were stuck with that, and you're like, oh man, like I can't run and gun, and like, you know.
Oh yeah. But that created, I don't know. There's a level of, I guess it's for everyone has something.
Did you ever play Quake?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I like that too. It was all right.
It was too fast. It was very, very fast.
Yeah, it was very super fast. Yeah.
That and Unreal Tournament.
I was about to say Unreal. Oh my god, I loved Unreal though. That game was so good too. Unreal was so good. I think maybe that's like for me, like thinking about it now, fighting games and first-person shooters are my favorite types of games. Like I loved RPGs in the beginning, but I can't play them anymore because it's like it just feels like I'm taking too much time away from
that's what I'm saying.
RPG of my life.
Exactly,
you know?
that's what I'm saying. Like it became too real for you.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it became too real, and I was like, why am I spending so much time playing for this character? I should just do it for myself.
Yeah, but those are RPG games, right? But there's like different games that give you
like different genres. Yeah, totally.
That have different levels and how fast they grow, like whatever, like how fast you level up and things like that. So, I mean, now people make a living off video games, so it's like it's a mix of both.
Yeah, it's a weird world.
Yeah,
I like that though, because like back in the day, like quote nerds unquote, are like they were like getting a lot of slack, like hate for them being nerds, but now it's like, you know, they're like the kings. It's so interesting to see like that switch. But yeah, first person shooters. But what about you? What do you like? You seem to really like this Death Stranding, like RPG stuff right now.
Yeah, I do like. It depends on how it's done. Like I think, I haven't really played a lot of RPGs, like in
growing up. Yeah, totally. I was obsessed, like Final Fantasy VIII.
I tried that. I remember like getting
because you get into the stories. Like literally, the reason why I loved RPGs is because like you live as this character, you become this character,
right?
You live out their life, and like, it's like escapism. You know, like you forget about your life and you become this other character. You know, you find out other backstories, whatever. But again, that's what turned me off as I got older because I was like, I should just focus on my life. You know, but like. I guess if you've never like played it a bunch as a kid, it's like it's still interesting, you know. Yeah. I
mean, you did replay the
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
that's because I like to finish things that I start. Literally, the only reason why I played that is because I never beat it, and I was like, okay, I gotta beat it.
Right.
I made it like when I was a kid. I used Game Shark, and like it's like codes. So like I got to the final boss, but like the codes weren't strong enough to kill the final boss, so I never beat the game. Literally like the final boss, I just couldn't beat the game. Thankfully, there's different codes for the download version where you have like unlimited life and like stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, I could just beat it quickly. And you can like 2 times speed it, so like you can move faster because like that game was slow. Damn.
Oh yeah. Oh, you all those cheat codes before, right?
Yeah, cheat codes, yeah. But like the Final Fantasy VII, the one that's coming out, like I would like to play it. I don't know how much I would play it, like would I beat it to the end? But like I want to play it just to see like what it's like. The graphics are better, like you could probably be in that world better longer and stuff.
It's interesting to see like even like next year will be the last like year for the current generation.
Oh yeah.
But there's still lots of games coming up for
True, like what?
PS4. Last of Us Part 2.
Oh yeah, okay. The Final Fantasy game.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh really? That's not a PS5?
Nope.
Alright,
it's coming for PS4 summer.
I'd like that game. That game's cool.
Yeah. And the Final Fantasy and other things that they have.
Cool.
Cyberpunk also. It's not like PlayStation exclusive, but that's coming next year.
Are you stoked for Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. I think I've already pre-ordered the game. So.
Oh really? Oh, okay, cool.
So I guess I'm more than excited. I don't know.
Well, when does Final Fantasy VII come out?
I think it's March.
You know the reason why that I was saying before, but like the reason why that game was so important because like Square Enix, the ones who created that, it used to be Square and Enix, like 2 separate companies, and they came together for PlayStation, specifically for PlayStation, to create this like flagship game, which is Final Fantasy VII. And it was such like a smash hit. Like it was such like a seminal game because like after that, RPGs like you couldn't go down after that. You know, it's like you set the bar. Like this is what we have to all aspire to.
Right. Yeah. At the time, I guess. Yes.
And then Final Fantasy VIII came out, which was amazing. Not many people liked it. I'm surprised, but it was like better graphics, cool story. That's another one that I really liked. Final Fantasy VIII. They were like assassins, but like
I think that's
like
I didn't like RPGs then.
Yeah,
they were just too long.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, they're long. They're so long. 4 discs is like, bro, and each disc is like 60 hours. You're like, what am I doing with my life?
Right. Yeah, but that's why I tried them, but it was just too long to play. Like I preferred like the quick.
And it's weird too because when it ends, it's like when it ends, you're like, oh, I spent so much time playing in this world. But that's why a lot of like Grand Theft Autos and stuff, they started introducing like open world. Yeah. After the game was complete. Yeah. You know, which I found really cool because it's like you've already beat all the quests and now it's just like living in that world.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that's where it all began because like games had open worlds, yes, when you were playing the game, but like once the game was free roam. Sorry, not open world. They're all open world, but like you hit free roam mode when the game is done. Yeah. It's interesting because it's like very analogous to life because I kind of feel like you hit this point too if you've like done all the things you want to do in life and like you just hit free roam mode. It's like you're still alive. So what other quests do you want to do? And you do like side missions now. Like your main quest is like done, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked them. I liked shooters at the time, I think, and
racing games. You're a big fan.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I totally forgot. I don't play them anymore, but yeah. I was big into Midtown Madness.
Yeah, I really want to get the new Need for Speed. That was so. Do you remember Need for Speed Underground? They did drag racing. You could customize your cars. That was so good.
Oh yeah.
There's not that much hype for.
I don't think they're as popular anymore. And
too bad.
I mean there are, but I don't know. I don't know how big they are compared to how it was before. So, yeah.
Do you think consoles are gonna die and it's gonna be more mobile?
Mobile, I don't think so, unless the graphics are. No, you know what? I don't think so because I don't know if anyone really likes the touchscrene.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that too, actually. Yeah, controllers is the big issue.
But what would happen is like what Google is doing, Google Stadia, which was like it's run through servers, You
Okay.
just have a controller at home, and
That's
you can
cool.
basically game on anything, any device.
That's cool. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think that's where it will go. It just.
Also, Google is entering the video game market.
I mean, it's already out.
Oh,
Yes.
but they're not creating consoles.
No, not consoles, but they're where you can play the game. They're
That's kinda
creating a
cool.
platform where you play the game.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. I guess it's in a way like a console, right? But you're not
Sort of
getting
like
a physical device.
It's like Netflix. for
It's like
video
Netflix.
games.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
Netflix.
cool.
Yeah.
I'll check that out. It's
Yeah.
expensive.
I don't think it's expensive, but the thing is, the
Do they have all
issues.
games?
No, I don't think they have all
Oh.
games. Because they had to build a whole like
Server and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, like in order to hold all that kind of stuff, right? If a lot of people are gonna game on it, but it's still like an issue with the lag,
Oh yeah.
internet
yeah.
based, right? It's not
Right,
like
right.
they're ahead of the game. It'll get there. It's just not yet, right? I know like Sony will go there. Like they're already doing things like that. Like Xbox will go there too. I think they've already like there's rumors of that other because there's another Xbox 2 come out with the current one. I don't know when exactly,
Okay.
but like that's going to be like doing that kind of stuff, like playing it like through online or something like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, like, but that's where it's going to go. Like I don't think people really want the console device itself. It's just got to run through online. Like Netflix, right?
I was thinking that
just
too.
eventually
Actually,
gonna
like
get there.
I feel like with consoles, it's like, do we really want consoles still?
I
Like
don't
if
think
you can perfect streaming
yeah.
services, like I feel like consoles is kind of a waste of time
Mm-hmm.
because we use like other things, Could you imagine if they totally switch it up? Like PlayStation 5 is gonna be announced. They're like PlayStation 5 is online. Oh, we'd all be like, what?
Well, that's what they tried to do with the first Xbox, right? But you
Really?
would need the device still and be connected to online. That kind of what ruined. That's kind of what lost.
Oh, because they went digital.
Xbox.
Yeah.
But it wasn't ready. It just wasn't the right time. They were ahead of the time, but not the right time.
I would
for
be
it.
so because I think about it this way. Why do you need CDs anymore? Who uses CDs? Why are we gonna have a PlayStation 5 with a CD player? Like you don't rent movies,
Yeah,
so
but there is still like the trade-in value is still there for games.
sure, okay, trade in value. What if they just got rid of that? What if they're just like we're straight digital?
Or if you can, what would be more beneficial is if you could do that online, like do the trade-in online.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So I think that's once they do that, that's when it'll.
Or what if there's
Well,
no
it will
more?
shift
What if
anyways,
what if
but-
there's no more trade in? What if it's a monthly subscription?
Well, they do that already,
Unlimited games, monthly
but not for the
subscription?
newer games. But there are some PS4 games, but like they are already doing that. Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is like, what if it's like fully like Netflix? Like, what if they go the Google route? And you just have to purchase.
I think
a
that's where
controller?
it will go. Like that's what Google is doing, is the same kind of thing. So that's where it will go.
So, but what they okay in the console wars book that I read,
Mm-hmm.
they make no money off of the console itself. They make all their money off games.
Yeah.
So what if they just completely circumvent that? They're like, okay, we don't even need to sell consoles anymore. The internet's fast enough. Let's just go straight streaming.
Yeah,
We're just going to be
that's where it's gonna go.
development publishers.
Yeah.
So like Sony won't even be a Sony PlayStation anymore. It'll be like Sony developed games.
Yeah. I think.
Oh
that's-
man, could you imagine? Wait, hold on. Let me like flesh this out because this would be so sick. Could you imagine if instead of consoles separating, because people hate that. Like I hate the fact that I can't play with somebody with a different console. It's
we
annoying,
can do
right?
it now.
No, I know.
It's
I know.
starting.
No,
already.
I know.
It's starting. Yeah.
I know. But so it's already on that road with the cross-platform.
Yeah.
So what happens if they completely do away with that? They all say, okay, this is going to be our server, and what we do is we sell games. Nobody sells consoles anymore.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
if
that's
you
where
play
it's
games,
going.
right. If you have the same game as me, we can play.
Yeah.
But it's a Sony developed game. It's an Xbox developed game.
Well,
That would be
I think
insane,
so.
bro.
This is where I think it'll be more like it's gonna go in the Netflix direction, but now whose version you want to buy, right? Xbox, like run like their
Server version.
servers or Sony's, right? Or PlayStation's or whatever, right?
But I think it'd be way better if we didn't even have different servers. We just had one server, and you're just selling games on that server.
Yes, I don't. yes, that's a good way to go for consumers.
And
I
then you
just
could,
don't know if Sony wants
and then
or
you could
Xbox wants to go in
download
that
it,
direction.
and then you can download it to any iPad
Yeah.
or computer. You just need the controller.
Yeah.
So it's literally just like Netflix. That would be so sick.
I just think there'll be different platforms, like we have Disney, like we have, like, it's just going to be like that, because
I don't know,
Sony
like-
will develop. See, the only way they can separate right now, the reason why Sony could be good is like they do have a lot of good single player games,
Right.
and
But like, why would they want different stream? Like, I get it, because you want to have the profit for yourself, sure. But if we already saw the business model that they make no money off consoles, then forego the server. Like, let Google handle the server. Like, it doesn't matter. Just focus on the games, because that's where you make all your money, anyways.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But
It
then
might
how do
go
you
into
divvy
that.
up? But I
That's what
get
I'm
it.
saying.
It's like, how do you divvy up the game?
Then
So you have to pay
all
for,
that
like,
really
an online
means is,
membership
so the thing
plus
is,
the game. It's like, that's a lot of money.
no. You're doing an online membership that gives you the games, lets you play the games.
But then it's like, no, right, totally. But then it's like, how do you know which game gets which money?
Which game gets which money? Like,
Yeah.
it's based on what you're playing or however you.
No. So I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you? So like, of my $15, where does that go each month?
So it's more like the way Netflix does it. I believe it's like it's their contracted, right?
Yeah, but I don't think Sony would want a contract.
Um.
Like, what would the contract be? It has to be like,
Well, in order for that's what I'm saying. Like the way it works is like we. So if like the way Netflix does, I think it's like you go to or Netflix goes to you that they want to put your movie on there.
yeah,
We're gonna pay you this much
yeah, but
for this much time.
totally. So it would have to be an owned server by that company.
Yeah.
So
So
it'd have
that's
to be
why
like-
that's why I'm saying, like, that's why it's
It'll
gonna
be
be
different servers. Yeah, it makes
So
sense.
Sony will run theirs and Xbox will have theirs. It's kind of like that, because then you can separate out like
wouldn't
Sony's
mind
games
that.
and things like that. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. $24.99 per month. Like, okay.
Yeah, I think so. They're already doing that, right? Sony's doing that already. It's just not with the latest games yet. They do have like the God of War and something.
Dude,
like
what if they do that? Like, you saw Xbox pump so much money into like this console, and then because, like, you know, like Xbox for PlayStation, there's so much console wars going on. So what if at the last second it's like, okay, this is our Xbox, it'll cost this much money, and then like this head of PlayStation goes on like E3 or whatever, and he's like,
yeah.
subscription service, $24.99 per month. You'd be like, damn, like, what would Xbox do? You know what I mean? It'd be left in the dust because Xbox is still thinking, okay, we're gonna do CDs.
No, but Xbox is still doing. They already are doing in that. If you really pay attention to what they're doing, they're already doing that.
The online?
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, Xbox already released its system. Like, they showed everyone what it looks
Yeah.
like. So, but we never saw anything about PlayStation.
But PlayStation will have.
No, but what I'm saying is, wouldn't it be crazy? That would be such like the bait and switch.
Yeah.
If like when it's time for PlayStation to announce something, they announce just a service.
Yeah.
Highly unlikely. I'm just saying, it would be so ballsy. I'd be like, that's cool.
I mean, they do have the upper. So now they know what the
thing looks like.
the
They
thing
know-
looks
yeah,
like. So
yeah,
they do have like in a way an upper ground.
They
Like,
do. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what if they just went straight streaming? They like went left field. People would be like, oh damn.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Or if they're like consoles are so 2000. Oh, bro, could you imagine that? They're just like, they go on stage, consoles are so 2000.
right?
Boom.
Yeah.
We have a controller.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes with a remote and a controller.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
That would be so. Or they make it like an Apple. Yo, all right, sorry, I'm going off right now. But could you imagine if it's like Apple TV? They give you a little box and you plug into your high speed. There's no more console. It's just a little box with a controller and then a freaking remote.
Mm-hmm.
Sony, if you're listening to this, you gotta do this. This is the future. That'd be so sick. That'd be so sick.
Just not the current future, not the current present. I mean, it's
please.
just not possible. Just not possible yet.
Not possible, but it would be amazing.
It'll get there. I just think that's where it's got to go. Like they will.
You know what you'd totally do? You'd completely like crumble video game stores.
Yeah, it's already happening. I mean,
I know, yeah, no,
if
yeah,
you look at EB
Games
Games,
totally come.
they're already looking at different ways, different ventures.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, they're not dumb. Like you'd see the future.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be so crazy if it did that, like a little box, no more CDs,
Mm-hmm.
CDs and like video games.
Yeah,
All
you
that
don't have
stuff,
to spend money
physical.
making discs and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
If no, but if they're just like, but if they open with like physical was so 2000 whatever, it would make Xbox look so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. It only yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like there was a big deal with it when Xbox tried to do it, but they're going in that direction anyways. It's just yeah. I don't think it's this console generation or the next. I mean, next console. It'll be one after that.
Yeah, true. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it all goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just excited about the games.
True. Yeah, yeah, because like screw consoles, like who cares?
It's not about yeah.
Yeah, like I don't even use like the only reason why I use the console is for like aside from games, like watching old DVDs.
So like yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
whatever though.
I think we talked about this before too, but like the cross-platform is happening, but it'll happen to third-party games. Just won't happen to first-party games.
Right.
Like you said, your sister has
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. I can get that on PS4 and play as well.
That's cool. I love that. That's like super awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we've been waiting for that kind of thing for a long time.
Yeah, I know. Totally for a long time. Yeah. That's why I see it like the future streaming. That'd be so amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. It's a bright future.
Mm-hmm.
Final thoughts on any console wars?
Maybe we totally didn't even mention Nintendo, but
screw Nintendo. Watch Nintendo come out with that streaming service, like, because they're the most innovative company, right?
they are. Yeah, that's
so.
the
It's
thing.
like, what did they do?
We always forget about Nintendo, but they're the ones who are pushing these changes.
Yeah, they are actually. Yeah,
and
that goes back to the original way that like they were managed. Back in the console war book that I read.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, it was the console war podcast, Business Wars. PlayStation. PlayStation versus Nintendo.
Yeah.
It was Sega versus Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, that was the book. Whatever. Anyways, so basically the way that was managed was like he was always looking for innovation. He didn't care about like what like the game or whatever. He just wanted like an innovative way to experience.
Okay. Yeah.
So like if you look at the Nintendo Switch and like all this, it's like
they were the ones with the Wii, huge success. Then Wii U, which was not a success because it was the same. Like GameCube. Then you look at the Nintendo Switch, which you can do both in how like play on the TV or take it mobile.
Right.
So they're always the ones that we always forget about, but they're the ones who are still in the game and will be still in the game for a long time.
True, totally agree.
Yeah, if they keep doing those kinds of like those types of ventures, like those types of evolutions or whatever it is called, like they will stick around for a long time.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. If they create like innovative stuff over and over, but that's why I don't even think about them because like I don't really consider them like a major player in the console wars. It's really just Xbox or PlayStation. Like Nintendo, yeah, because they even conceded. They're like Nintendo can have the children's market. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. But you know.
Oh, also I found this out. Nintendo was the one who created Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. It was like I was listening to the podcast and they were saying how like he introduced like this little Pokemon creature and people were like, what the hell is that?
Makes sense. I mean, it looks like for kids, right?
Yeah, it's totally for exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like. It's interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I don't know if I will buy right away. I think it all depends on what games are coming out for them.
True.
On the release year, I guess. Yeah, like I'm pretty good with the PS4 still.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to see where Halo's gonna go.
Yeah, it'll come out. It'll be there for that one. Too bad Xbox One only had one Halo game. But yeah.
True. Yeah.
Like that was big mess up. But
I'm looking forward to no more screens and it just being glasses.
What do you mean? Huh?
Could you imagine that? Like,
Glasses?
yeah. So like the new console isn't.
Just wear a glass.
You should wear glasses, bro.
Mm-hmm. I guess. I mean,
Glasses
I
with
don't know.
headphones built in.
Okay. Is this
It's
like
like a
VR?
headset, bro. It's like a headset.
It's just VR, but
Dude, that'd
then
be so sick.
yeah, like translucent glasses versus.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. We'll see. We'll see where it's all headed with the new iterations of Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
Screw Nintendo. We don't even care. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So next week is Star Wars. I'm excited. The final installment in the trilogy. Well, this version's trilogy. So we'll
Yeah,
check it
J.J.
out.
Abrams is back. Let's see how he concludes it.
Yeah. Hopefully it's really, really good. Number 2 was not good.
Because it wasn't J.J. Abrams.
Number 1 was amazing. I could still watch number 1. Well, I mean, what is that? 6, 7, 7.
The
Yeah,
Force
7.
Awakens.
It's 7, and then 8 was not good, and then I'm stoked for 9.
Okay.
We'll see. All right, till next time.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing in this game.
All
I'm
right.
lost.
Take it easy.
Bye.